bastard child. Shit! Frick! Oh, freaking earthquake BS. Holy mirror, I feel strong spiritual power coming from this mirror. I need to use it and seal the gate. Go, child! No, just take your time. Don't worry about it. Just take your time.
Mafuyu, thank goodness.
She still looks like a creepy doll. Like awkward proportions. Like a dwarf. Like she's been squished.
Don't forget your duty.
Do I ever plan on playing the other games? Don't know. This one wasn't the ringing endorsement from the gameplay, but the feel and the story were really super cool. So it's kind of hard to say.
My duty is to keep this gate closed.
Oh my god.
Leave this gate to me. The rest of you, hurry and escape.
But what about you?
I must stop the calamity, or else it will happen again. Don't worry about me. You must go.
Yeah, but what about when she dies? The rope
Mafuyu, come on.
ceremony isn't being held anymore.
Miku. I must stay.
What are you saying?
I think I can help her. Miku, you go on without me.
F.
Miku. The whole time Kirie was guiding me, I could hear her screaming. Screaming for help. As the Rope Shrine Maiden, she was destined to seal the gate. Yet she also wanted to be with the one she loved. But she couldn't have both, and was being torn apart by those two feelings, which resulted in the calamity. Her spirit was touched by the malice, and she became a creature that wanted to make others suffer as she had.
Hi, kitty cat cat. Hello.
Now free of the malice, she is about to fulfill her duty as the Rope Shrine Maiden. Her soul must remain here, keeping this gate sealed off for all eternity. All alone. Endless pain. As long as she is free of pain, as long as she is not left hopeless, I wish to be by her side. Miku.
Mafuyu.
Oh, eternity isn't that long.
Look, their souls are all going back to where they belong.
Miku. I now realize why I was brought here. And I will accept this destiny of mine. Miku. Thank you for everything.
Ever since that day, I stopped seeing things that other people don't see.
A little bit of a sixth sense that you lost. GG! Easy! So, this game is kind of this weird hit and miss for me. I really love the spook factor of it. This game scared the bejesus out of me. Every time a ghost was on screen, every hair on my body stood up. And it was really good in a feel for like a PlayStation 2 game. Definitely a very good like spooky feel, you know? Surprise! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh man, we got him good. See, look at his eyes. Oh. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I don't see a tag on that, so I'll make sure to get you down later for Breath of Fire 5 Arc. Thank you for the 777 bits. Also using the Terminator bits for the extra 10%. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah. But the combat, combat started off fine. It was a little boring, you know, but you were still like, oh my god, ghosts or whatever, it's spooky, and that was great. But like later on in the game, it just got really unfair. Like once the gouged out maidens got around, they would just teleport on you. And you just take damage. And so it's like, instead of designing a game to be fair mechanically, they just designed it to the point where you take a certain amount of damage, you know? And that's that. The end. Rank D for the best, of course. Obviously. 8 hours even almost. Battle mode is now added. Sound test function is now added. Special function is now unlocked. A new costume is now added. I'm sure it's very much like Resident Evil, where it's like you need to go fast in order to and save less times to get the better rating. Let's see what happens when we load the file. Start from the chapter of your choice. Costume. Special. Let's see what the special costume is.
I wonder how long it's been.
It said I could choose the chapter I wanted. Oh, but I didn't choose it. Okay.
forbidden rituals of this world. It looks like Mr. Takamura.
Bunny girl outfit? Maybe. Yeah, it's not letting me choose the outfit or the chapter. Maybe I can go to battle mode. I can choose the costume there. Yeah. Is there a better way to... So it's just the same outfit, just a different color. It's like a jean skirt instead. Just a reskin then. So yeah, the game definitely had a really good environment. I like the story actually quite a bit. I love the whole, like, it seems at first like it's really messed up. These people are just sacrificing girls to, like, appease their freaking perversion or whatever. But it turns out that they're doing it to protect the world, essentially, you know? And it seems really messed up. And it kind of begs the question of, like, well, is that right? Is that moral? If a person has to be sacrificed once every 10 years to save the rest of us, you know, kind of the whole one versus the many sort of feeling, you know? Like, if somebody handed you a gun and said, shoot your mom, but if you don't, I'll blow up New York City or something like that, are you gonna shoot your mom? You know, it's like one of those, are you able to pull the trigger to save 1 million people kind of thing. And I like the way. Yes. Oh no, wrong person to ask. But like, so you wouldn't care about the millions of people that would lose their lives, and you would just not shoot your mom. So what you're saying is you would sacrifice millions of people to save your own mom? Is that what you're saying? That's pretty messed up. Honestly, you're saying millions of people's lives aren't worth one person's life. But yeah, like, it's a very moral dilemma, because if it's someone you know and love, then it's harder to make that choice. But like, I like the way they set it up. I like the way they set it up to where it made you feel like the people in this mansion deserved what happened to them. They deserved it, you know? They deserved to die. They deserved their fate. But, you know, as you get deeper into the story, you realize, like, well, you know, it really wasn't until the end that they kind of were just like, actually, they were doing this for the good of humanity, you know? No, you're not. That's called under duress, Vazirol. You get out of jail free card for that. So you're still by that logic, Vazirol, you're still sacrificing your own like your own like self-image for millions of lives, which would be even more shallow, by the way. Just because it becomes a criminal for blowing up 1 million people doesn't mean that those lives could have been spared. or couldn't have been spared, you know? But the point is, that's the moral dilemma that this game forces you to think about, is would you be able to, because they do this to their own family. That was somebody's daughter in the family. They're a blood relative. They had to sacrifice their own daughter for the sake of the rope ritual. You know, he had to pull that trigger. He had to pull that trigger. Would you pull that trigger? I don't know. It's hard to say. That's why it's a moral dilemma. Dude, again, millions of people die or one person dies. Like think about that. Those people aren't just ants scattered into, they're not just dust mites. They're people just like anybody else that you love. I think personally the correct choice is to pull the trigger. Yeah, but your one person that you love isn't more valuable than millions of others. I think it's the moral high ground to be able to pull that trigger if you are the one called to do it. Because millions of people, people have such a hard time comprehending what that means, what millions of people mean, you know? Why that's a lot of people. And it's like, oh, you hear about like World War this and World War that and this war that. Oh yeah, hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives, millions of people lost their life, and it's like, that's a lot. Like you hear about a story of one person getting murdered, it's like, oh my God, that guy got murdered. That is so horrible, you know. But think about that times a million. It's a lot. It's a lot of freaking people. What's next game? Nothing today because we have D&D in an hour. So unfortunately, the game didn't last long enough for me to host Phenomenon. But we'll be on Phenomenon's channel in an hour playing D&D. We're just kind of talking a little bit right now. No, of course not. That's the point, Biff Tech, is that it's a decision that's meant to make you feel awful no matter which one you choose. But there's a moral decision that's a higher ground. That's the harder thing to do. And in my opinion, I think that is to sacrifice one for the many. Nobody should have to die, right? Ideally, nobody dies. That's the ideal situation, but you're not in that situation, you know? Yeah, to value somebody else's life so much higher when it comes to that, to measure one person's life times a million over others, is really messed up. It's really messed up. Yeah, how do you calculate the value of a life versus other? There is no way. There is no calculation there. One life is equal to another. Absolutely. But anyway, sorry about that, Dracorius. I didn't mean to like bring up. It's not meant to be a depressing subject. It's meant to be part of the sort of horror feel you get from this game's storytelling mechanism. But anyway, we're done. We're done for today anyway. Well, companies frequently do calculate monetary value of people, by the way, Vazirul. When they choose to give you insurance or suffer a lawsuit, they calculate which is cheaper every single time. Every company does it, especially the huge ones. They calculate the average value of a human life, and it's actually surprisingly low. It's like in the hundreds or something like that. Really messed up. Smile. Do I think it's right? No, it's morally effed up. It's completely morally effed up. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Unfortunately, we don't have Phenomenon to host for D&D, but I will be over there in about an hour playing D&D with Phenomenon. I play Brodowski Sanson, which is like a parody of overly edgy anime and movie characters. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. PST with either Man of Medan or Until Dawn. I haven't decided which one yet, but it's probably going to be Until Dawn. Even though I have seen some of it, I don't think I'm really spoiled on the game. And I want to play it before Man of Medan in order to get a good feel for the franchise. And tomorrow, after we do that, we won't be doing spooks until next week on Thursday, so we'll do Grandia on Monday and Tuesday, of course, 1 p.m. PST. Have a good night. Thank you for your support, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thanks for having this little moral discussion. I know it's a kind of an awkward topic, but that's what this game presented to us, and that's why we're talking about it. The game offered us this discussion. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya.